Welcome back, everybody, to the Unprofessional podcast. As you can see me. And then you can see him there. And then you can see both of us there. What's going on? Today, it's more of a normal episode. I have a special guest with me today. His name is Dylan Caldwell. We've been friends for a while now, except for, recently.
Okay.
Except for...
Can we step outside?
But yeah, we're testing out these cameras today. Hopefully they work pretty well. I think I see red blinking lights, so
Yeah.
I think they're working pretty well. Well, we'll see the final product, but thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Welcome, Dylan Caldwell. If you want to introduce yourself.
I appreciate it. Yeah, my name's Dylan.
I never learned how to read.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, nothing special. Me and Gavin been friends for a while now. And, when you reached out about coming onto the podcast,
Yeah.
I thought that was a great opportunity,
When we talked about it, we went out to dinner the other
Yeah.
night on a date, if you would call it.
Yeah, definitely. a date.
You wanted to talk specifically about something that you're pretty
Yeah.
well versed and passionate about, which would be anxiety.
Yeah, well-versed is a strong statement. But
What do
yeah,
you mean?
it's
well
definitely
versed, which
something,
means you've been through it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then like you said, you are studying psychology
Yeah.
right now. And so I say well versed in a mild term.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
obviously a professional yet. But before we get into that, I want to finish your intro. Dylan Caldwell, he is a partial collegiate athlete. You're in the process
I'll
of
take it.
you were
Yeah.
redshirted, and then now
There it
you're in
is.
the process of getting back into it. And then you're also studying psychology right now.
Mhm.
And but anxiety, you said you wanted to get into anxiety. If you want to kind of
Yeah,
specify
so
on that.
I thought, like when you reached out about the podcast, we have, we pretty much have the same group of friends,
Somewhat.
We touch, people know
We
us.
grew up in the same city,
Right,
so we
yeah.
know the same people.
And so I thought it was a great opportunity to, reach out to, I know everyone has a form of anxiety that they deal with, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And, I feel like being able to talk about it and people being able to listen to someone that they know, people that they know talk about it,
Mhm.
it definitely,
And not someone like
Yeah,
just
like
saying like, hey, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
like someone remotely their age and
Yeah. You
that
know-
can kind of relate to what they have gone through or are
Mhm.
currently going through. That'd be, I see
Mhm.
what you.
yeah, it was something I thought it'd been a great opportunity, ease somebody's mind. I don't know everybody that listens to it, but, someone, it could ease someone's mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
Have you been known to have pretty bad anxiety?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know that you don't like meeting new people.
Nah.
You get really anxious and
Very
nervous, and you don't like it.
Mm-mm.
And then like big crowds make you
extremely nervous.
nervous and anxious, and so
Yeah. So just, yeah, like you said, I'll touch on that a little bit. I'm someone that's dealt with anxiety, my whole life. I'm 20 now.
yeah.
So, I've constantly been figuring out ways to deal with it, and I don't like using the word deal with it,
No, if there's nothing you can do, you deal.
Right. Yeah.
And so
And the one thing I want to, while I've been, figuring all this out, and obviously that's my anxiety is one reason why I've wanted to study psychology, study the brain, study why these chemicals do this
I
and
took
that.
one psychology class.
Yeah, how'd that go? Okay.
It went.
Yeah, it went.
I made like okay,
Yeah.
a B,
Oh,
A minus or B plus. I don't know. I can't remember, but like
okay.
you would think like people have the wrong
Yeah.
outlook on psychology. Like psychology goes down to like individual like brain canals and
Yeah.
and different it's super in depth, and it was super interesting to learn about and fun, kind of. But my teacher was kind of weird.
Yeah,
Or my
that's definitely a
instructor or
killer.
whatever. But psychology. So you said you're going on 2 years into your major,
Yeah,
and
I'm year dose. So, yeah, and I'm also a double major in exercise science, and you know, I really just want to try and study because there's a lot of ways.
Because Swolger.
No, no. There's a lot of things that you know that exercise and certain forms of exercise can do therapeutically for people, and that's something, you know, I was always early on. I found out the gym, you know, helped me a lot getting over a lot of things because it puts you in a space where you're because the one thing about anxiety is you feel like you have no control. You feel like you're just in it and you're
not
get
getting out of it.
Yeah. And the thing about that I found in the gym, and you know, it doesn't have to be the gym. It could be swimming, running. You know what I mean? Just whatever.
I mean, well, it was kind of the gym for me. I mean, the gym was, but when I used to go like heavily, like you still go like heavily, and like you could like on days you would say, oh, I got to get something off my head. I'm gonna go to the gym 2 times, or I'm gonna go to the gym late at night if you're really thinking about something or whatever. For me, it was like everybody has their different escapes. Somebody, it might be reading, or it may be taking a jog. I've done that before, but for me, it was like I would just go outside and shoot a basketball. Yeah. I'd put my headphones in, and then I would just kind of tell people, I'll talk to you a little bit. And then I would just go and shoot basketball. And then it could go from an hour to 3 hours if I'm just in my head. That's not even anxiety. That's just overthinking things. Yeah. When I had really bad anxiety, because I didn't respect anxiety like everyone should. You know, and like
neither did I.
You have multiple stories, and I have like one big one where it was last year, and I had just graduated college. I just got my degree, big moment for me, and I had just started a new job. I'm going into my career field, so you would think I'm ecstatic. I'm into my life. I'm starting my life, and I'm in a good going, happy relationship, and I have good friend. Well,
oh God,
no, no.
Every
I was
time.
on the. It was. I'm starting. I'm growing up. I'm realizing different things about people and who's, you know, and so I'm becoming an adult. I'm becoming a man, and
it's weird.
I have my job, and then my truck was stolen.
Huh? What? When did this happen?
No, you definitely know.
No.
No. Dude, you really don't.
What? Who stole your truck?
And the podcast's over. We aren't really good friends anymore. I thought we were good friends, but we aren't.
You know, I thought something was fishy. I saw you earlier, and I was like, what? Where is this man's truck at? I guess it's not here anymore.
You kidding?
Dog.
Okay, so my truck was stolen out of my driveway at 3 a.m.
What? Dude, someone was out for you, bro.
Okay, not really. Oh. But they were out for stealing a truck.
What?
I mean, we have cameras.
Yeah.
And we woke up. Well, I woke up for work at 6 in the morning, and I go out to my truck at 6:40, 6:30. No, it might have been earlier than that. 6:15, 6:30. I go out and I'm like, oh no, my mom, I'm inside and I'm drinking coffee. I'm about to get ready and go to work. Mom comes in. She's like, hey, where'd you park? I'm like, in the driveway.
Yeah.
And she was like, not there. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And she was like, no, your truck's not there. And I like ran outside. And I was like, okay, someone's joking with me. Because a lot of people, I had a code. I had an old Ford. And so people knew my code. And all the time, people would just bring my like if I parked at one place at Market Basket, I would get back from Beaumont and it'd be on the other side of the parking lot because people knew and they would just troll
I remember that.
And so I'm like, oh, someone took it. Someone drove it to
wherever,
like turning point across the street or down the road,
which would have been hilarious.
With me, which is a great joke.
Oh my god!
No, but I thought someone took it, and so I'm like, drive to the end of the road and see if you can see
Yeah.
my truck. And we're like, nope, it's not there. And I'm like, oh my God. And so we look at the cameras, and at like 3:20 a.m., some dude walked down, got in my back seat, sat in my back seat for like 5 minutes.
What?
At like 3:15 a.m. Some dude, some freaking bum, got in my
Yeah.
back seat, sat there, and I guess he was just looking for stuff. Like,
Were the keys in
well,
there?
here's the thing.
Yeah.
See, I leave my keys in my truck
Okay.
because I had a code, and so there was no
Oh,
reason for
yeah,
me to
yeah,
take
yeah,
the keys out. And so I would leave my keys in my truck, and I would use my code.
Mhm.
Everybody knew that. That's why, hence, my truck would be moved
Yeah.
all the time.
Right.
So my keys were in. It was unlocked. That was an accident. So it was in my driveway, unlocked, with the keys in it, just ready
Yeah.
to go.
Homeboy.
And so it took him 5 minutes, and then you see him from our cameras get in my front seat, and a couple more minutes, and then the light turns on, truck turns on, backs up, goes. Last time I saw it. But we found it. It was wrapped around a tree, or somebody found it in Calcasieu Parish, Louisiana, like 45-ish minutes away or something like
so
that.
he just took a joyride.
It was like a week later. Yeah.
What?
And there was like balls of heroin and stuff in it, and yeah. There was like ammunition rounds, like pistol.
What?
Yeah. It was like a
Whoa.
whole trap house, but in the car, bro, in my truck.
What?
It was crazy. But yeah, so my truck was stolen, so I had to buy a car. So
Okay.
my truck was stolen. Back to the anxiety
Yeah,
story,
go ahead. Way
story,
back.
but
Appreciate that.
truck was stolen.
Right.
And like that didn't get to me that much because I was gonna trade it in and get a car soon, anyways.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, okay, whatever. And so I'm in the process of borrowing cars to get to work because I'm about to buy a car. And my truck was stolen. And then that next Friday, we had to pick him up. Me and my girlfriend, Lindsay, bought a dog.
Yeah.
And it was time for us to pick him up. And so we picked him up that next Friday. And so in a span of 2 weeks, I stopped going to school because I graduated. So I
Congrats,
finished school.
by the way.
Thanks, appreciate it. Graduated, started a full-time job, like
Yeah.
started in my career field, got my truck stolen, bought a dog
Stressful
in
situation.
like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm so like in my head, I'm like, oh, like,
It's coming at you.
but it doesn't hit me at all. I'm just like taking it, like whatever. I get him, and the first night I stay with him, it was the first night. I woke up in the middle of the night because, like, in my head, I was like, you need to check on him because he was sleeping on a beanbag next to me.
Yeah.
And I wake up and he wasn't on the beanbag.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh no. And so I'm getting up and I'm freaking out already because like he's like a 6-week-old puppy
Yeah. A little,
running around the room.
Yeah.
And so I freak out and I'm looking for him and he's not in the room. And I'm like, Rocket, Rocket, Rocket. And I turn the lights and I look under where I was sleeping under the bed, and he was under there. And so I was like, okay, he's good, whatever. Put him back and I'll go back to sleep. That's not what I was getting at here. But I wake up the next morning feeling sick. Like my stomach is out of order. I'm not
Yeah. There it is.
comfortable if what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like this underlying feeling you have where it's just like, I know exactly what you're talking about, and
You-
that
you just don't feel like you're right.
Yeah,
like
you don't
feel
feel right.
uncomfortable.
you're like, whoa, it's like you're full on alert mode.
Mm.
That's like what your body's telling you. That
Couldn't go back
something's
to
up.
sleep. It was
Yeah.
like 6 a.m. and my dog's right there and my brand new puppy. So then
Yeah, so
I brought him to the house. Like I got up and I went home and I'm like, Dad, like I don't feel good. Like I don't like. He didn't do anything, and like I take him out and he hasn't done anything wrong, but like I don't feel good. My stomach is like I feel like I need to throw up, but I'm not sick.
yeah.
Like I don't feel nauseous, but I feel like my stomach is turning and I feel uneasy. And it's just like I
It's an
couldn't
annoying
put
feeling,
I
bro.
couldn't put a finger on it. But I started noticing anytime I wasn't with Rocket, I didn't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I saw Rocket or hung out with him,
Mm-hmm.
I started like having a panic attack. Like my heart would start bumping
Yeah.
and my stomach start turning again. I start feeling sick again. And then anytime I wouldn't see him, it was fine. And so it took me a little while, like a week, to finally realize, after everything that happened to me, he was the face of it all. It wasn't his fault. It's just
Right,
I had
yeah.
put all my stress and
so when you see
stressful
him,
stuff.
right, yeah, it would remind you,
Yeah,
bring that stress
everything.
back up, and it's not like you're asking for that anxiety.
It was
to come back.
subconscious. Like I had
It's
no
completely
idea at all.
subconscious. Yeah, and so that just I want to go back and touch back on,
Like I would just start crying.
yeah, that's
If that's like you've done that. Like
dog.
I would just sit there
You have no idea.
and I would look at him and I would just be sitting there and I would just be like, all right, and I'd just start crying, just
So-
bawling.
So that
for no
feeling
reason.
you have, bro. So like, just to touch back on the whole exercise thing, that the reason why I advocate for exercise, for any type of exercise, for any type of anxiety someone's feeling, it's because it puts you in a space where you're in full control of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It takes your mind away from.
And it's healthy. You get your heart rate
yeah.
going.
Yeah.
You're exercising your muscle. What happened?
What happened?
It fell out.
Fell out. Couldn't hear me? Yes, sir.
Is it back up?
Daddy Luke fixed it.
I think I see it. Oh, okay. I was just making sure on the little thingy thing. Okay. Okay. So you said you advise to exercise.
So I'd advocate it
Bars.
because it puts you, like I said, it puts you in the state of where you have full control of your situation. It takes you away. It lowers your cortisol levels, which, by the way, the higher they are, the more anxiety you have.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely lowers that. It speeds up your heart rate, and it makes everything that alert mode that you have from when you're panicking, you're having your anxiety attack. That alert mode is put into a more positive space when you're exercising, and that's something I found at an early age when I was like 14. Because when I was younger, I didn't really know what it was. I didn't know what I was feeling. I didn't know what that aching, like weird, nasty feeling I would have. You know what that feeling I'm talking about.
I know
it's
what
that
you're
underlying
saying.
feeling.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out, and I just knew, whether it was playing, football outside or, running, going to the gym. I just found out, when I had full control of the situation, that my anxiety levels were gone. And Rocket is a big dog.
Yeah. He's only like 8 to 9 months. Rocket. Sit down.
Please sit.
Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Sit. Good boy. Hey, are we good? You're good. Are you sure? I just can't see his audio. I'm like, clap real quick. Sorry, we're just making sure. We don't want to record this whole thing and it not be. Talk real quick.
Beep.
Dylan?
Hello.
Are
Dylan.
we good? All right, we're good. We're good. Sit down. Sit. Okay, good boy.
I literally love dogs.
I just don't want him running to get the cord. Sorry, guys. But no, I know what you're saying. And that's kind of, I guess, where the base of if I started feeling something out of the ordinary, I would kind of go play basketball and kind of get my blood or my heart pumping and my blood going. And it would kind of get my head off of it. I guess that's certain people with working out.
Yeah, but see, exercise isn't for everyone, obviously, because the thing about exercise is majority of people, there's a thing. So when you exercise, there's a stimulus factor, and then there's a you're uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And there are just some people out there that when they, when they're tearing up their muscle fibers and doing stuff like that, or their heart rate's elevated, it's uncomfortable. They don't enjoy it. It honestly could raise their anxiety, and so. The thing is like when I try to tell people like I'm a doctor. I mean, like people that come
advise when you try and give advice.
Yeah, when I try to give advice, I don't always relate it to exercise. I just try to tell them put yourself in a situation where you have full control, and whether that is reading or like you said reading. That's a good one. I also picked up on that one. Or
Out
video games. That's a huge one. Yeah.
I'm out on reading, in on games.
Yeah, that's a huge one, bro. And it's just things like that. It's I just want people to know that there's.
You good, bro?
Good.
Okay.
I just want people to know that there's ways out of, what
That's
they're
what
feeling.
I thought. Like, my dad kept telling me, it's not forever. Like, it's gonna pass. It's gonna pass. It's gonna pass. It's gonna go. Like, this feeling isn't gonna last forever. And so
Yeah.
what would help me is I didn't want to go work out because I didn't want to be in public,
Mm-hmm.
especially when I was having these attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just go in my road and I would jog.
Bro, I am the master of panic attacks, bro.
Oh, that's a bold statement there.
Bold, bro. It's something I just had one, dog, a week ago in the shower. I literally just,
You look down and you're like, God dang, dude. Jesus.
Yes.
We got to do something about this.
This is an issue. No, dog, it's just the littlest things. The thing with people.
Smallest.
Yeah.
Is littlest a word?
Is it?
Can you fact check that? But I think my dad at one point,
Liest.
maybe it's something else. Littlest, not a word.
Making it a word.
Oh.
Well, yeah, bro. It's just
It'd be the smallest things.
smallest things, bro. It was just like so when I left Sam Houston, that was a horrible time in my life.
Leaving or being
in
Sam Houston?
Well, both really. I mean, it was I was put, like you said, I don't do well around groups, large groups. I don't do well around people I don't know. I'm not very outgoing, but if I'm put in a situation where I have to meet someone, I can put on a little front.
Yeah.
And smile.
Kind of like what you did when you walked in here and when you met them.
Yeah. But I was sweating. I was sweating before I came in here, bro. Gavin, I was like, bro,
Bro, you're a freak, dude.
I was stressing. No, but yeah, so I was just put in an environment where, I was far from home, I literally had to force myself to be around other people I didn't know. And the first few weeks I was there, luckily I had football to look forward to. But I mean, like, I would just go and sit in my room and I would just be terrified because I stayed in this dorm. I stayed on the 6th floor. I remember I was the only psychology major.
Didn't you room with a gay black dude?
Did.
See, I remember.
Yeah. For a little bit.
He was cool. I think I met him
cool.
a couple times on
Very cool.
like FaceTime.
Yeah, but I was on the level I was on was like the ag level. It was weird. I was the only psychology. So the way this hall did it is your levels, like freshmen, like, so like the ag, I was with like the farm people, bro. The girl in it was like the guys and girls who grew up in high school growing pigs,
milking tits,
yeah, bro,
pig or milking cow
udders,
cow udders.
Yeah, udders. Yeah. Well, so anyway, I was so, and that's another. I was so far from that, bro. I don't know anything about cows
tits and shit.
Yeah, bro. I don't know nothing about that. And I had to force myself. Every day I found ways to avoid people, found ways to walk around people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then leaving Sam, and so it affected my grades. It affected wanting to go to class. And my anxiety it literally, it was ruining my life at the point. And I didn't want to be around anyone. I didn't want to go to practice. I didn't want to, I felt like this wasn't me. I'm not, I can't be a college kid. That's not the thing I'm supposed to do. And my grades fell.
Wasn't your environment.
No.
Wasn't your prime environment for you to succeed.
Mm-mm. And, came back home, and it was nice being back home, like, to my mom, you know what I mean? But other than that, I was like, well, now, I'm a bum. I was,
picked up
doing so
bad
well.
habits.
Right, yeah. Yeah, picked up bad habits.
Did you ever fall out of the gym at all? Or you just kind of consistently tried to make your way?
I tried, yeah. I wouldn't say I fell out of the gym necessarily. I fell out of the
love with it, maybe.
Yeah,
it was almost like a force.
I was forcing myself to go.
That's kind of how I was
because I needed it, bro. I needed it. It was my one medicine I had, and I needed it. And But I just, I wasn't having fun with anything. I was waking up and I was like, oh, back home, back in, Vidor, Texas, the place that hasn't treated me that well to begin with. And, I had to get up and just, I needed to find a purpose. And I did, but during that time, bro, I was so anxiety ridden and nobody knew. Like
it's like I said from experience, it helps so much to just talk.
Yeah.
And also like just in reassurance, like people want to hear reassurance and like assuring words. If like someone's going through it or whatever, they want to hear, like they need to be, as long they might know, but it helps for them to understand like, hey, it's gonna pass.
Yeah.
This is just a feeling. Take control of what you're doing right now. Take control of it. Own it. Understand this is just a feeling. This is not what's like how you actually feel. This is just an attack.
Yeah, you have
Take
to think
control
rationally of what is stressing you out. You have to think, you're still, you have to take control of a situation, and that is the one way, that is the one key, I would say, that me personally, like I said, I've been dealing with this for 20 years, bro.
So you used to be pretty anxiety ridden like earlier.
Bad, but I didn't know it like I did now. I didn't accept it the way I accept it now. It's a part of me, bro. It's just like, it's a part of everyone out there, bro. I'm telling you, so everyone has a form of anxiety that they deal with, but there's people who obviously can handle it better than others. Like my girlfriend, Kinsey, she is the most mellow person I've ever been around in my life, and it makes me so angry. Like, it makes no sense how I will just be, I'll be sitting on my bed and I'll just have to sit up. Like, we'll just be laying down, I have to sit up and like, just be like, breathe. And she's one of those people who it just doesn't affect them the way it affects me. And it's frustrating, but I know that there's other people around here, or just, people that we know who deal with the same thing, and they might not have any idea what to do about it. They might just, like I said, there's habits you can pick up that definitely make you forget about it. You know what I mean? Make you, mellow out for sure.
Like me, I've never really like just ran, but I just ran and put my headphones in and just ran, just to get my heart going and try and think about one step at a time. Run. Think about running. Don't think about whatever you're thinking about. And it took me a while, and I got over it. But there were times, like even a month and a half later, where like I would just be sitting there, and then like it'd be like a Sunday, and then I would remember I have to go to work tomorrow, and then I would start getting nervous.
Yeah.
When I had been at work for 3 months, not like, it's not nerve wracking, and I just start getting nervous. My stomach would start hurting, and I'd be like, I gotta take control of what's about to go down right now, and And at that time when I had that, like I said, I had all that stuff on my plate. I was in the process of figuring out who's really there for me and who's not. Like I was like going through figuring out who's not meant to be in my life, or
who's
who,
with you, who isn't.
Yeah, and you weren't there. But
hey, just letting everyone know after this, hands will be caught, Gavin Lacey. I'm going to hit you in the head with my fist. My fist is going to hit you in the head.
Nah, my bad, bro. That's my fault. I'm just joking. My fault, your fault.
Yeah.
But, but I know we wanted to touch on that a little bit. That anxiety is normal.
Very normal.
Extremely normal. Everybody goes through it, whether they want to admit it or not, I feel like. Maybe it be small, where you kind of have a small attack and you deal with it. Or where I have a 2-week spell where I don't want to see anybody and I cry.
Yeah, dog.
Like that.
Hey, I'm an advocate for crying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Listen, bro. There is nothing. I am
220
pounds, and I will ball up. And if I have to, I'll let it out, bro.
Thick.
I've learned that, when you have emotions that are building up, there's 2 things that are going to happen. You're either going to freak out or you're going to shut it out. And
it's not good to shut it out.
Neither of those are good. You know what I mean? And the thing, that's the whole point of taking control. And freaking out in some sense is like me, I would get angry, bro. I would get frustrated. I would be like, I didn't ask for this, stop. I don't need this. I would punch stuff like a child, and I would break things, bro. Or I would just, literally just, I had no control. And then I would just like to say, if you feel the need to cry, cry. Cry.
Just cry.
Because afterwards,
not bad.
Afterwards, clarity comes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you can really just be like, you can rationally think about what you need to do next in order for that not to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Cry, people.
So,
crying's good.
Cry. It's a good thing. But yeah, I would kind of touch on that. Like I said, everybody goes through it, and I say touch on it, but
we grabbed on it.
What?
We grabbed on it.
Fondled it a little bit.
Yeah, played with it.
Kind of gave it some love, and then what is going on over there?
We're good.
Oh my! Make sure you lean. Make sure you lean.
I'm not very technically sound. I can lift things. There we go.
Now turn it towards you.
Hey.
All right, cool. But like you said, so you partially are a collegiate athlete.
Yeah. So okay, the thing
You want to kind of explain what you did, who you like, what position you were, where you were, why you didn't.
Yeah. So I actually went to 3 different high schools. I went to Vider High School, Silsbee High School, and Evadale High School. I went to Vider just because I lived there mainly. And, once I hit my freshman year and I knew it was something college football was something I wanted to pursue, I made the decision to find a better school that would, help me. And that's when I had connections to Silsbee, and I had, moved over there, and that's, I had gained confidence, in my playmaking ability, and I knew I wanted to play college football. And then because of Hurricane Harvey, I ended up graduating from Evadale, which was also cool. Very weird time, but it was cool.
Yeah, during Harvey, me and you were just playing football, and people were drowning.
People were, I remember people were speeding past us.
They were.
With full
Harvey is in full effect here in Southeast Texas, and
raining.
People are like, "Oh yeah, there's water on my roof," like going over our ceiling, and like we are 4 feet deep in flood water, and we're like, "Hey, go deep! Hey, go deep!" And me and you were in the front yard just playing football, and
like children,
on the side of the highway, and people were like, "Evacuate!"
Yeah,
we're like, "Nah."
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember when we put the kayak in the back of my truck and it fell?
That horrible idea we had. We were gonna go kayak in some.
We were just gonna go
yard.
kayak. We were gonna go kayak down a road where my family was. We were just gonna go see them, and we were like, well, we got to put the kayaks in the truck. And so we put the kayaks in the truck, and the only thing we strapped it down with were bungee cords.
Immediately fell out.
So we're going down 105 like 40, 45 miles an hour, and then
we weren't even that far from your house.
I looked to my side, and thank God it went off the side of the ditch.
It didn't hit anybody.
It just went straight into the ditch. I was like, oh!
Yeah. I remember.
I had to turn it off, and we're like, we're turning it around.
We were trying to figure out how we were going to put it back in there, and then you look at me, and I was like, no. You're like, bro, I need you to hop in the back.
I forgot I made you sit in the back.
Oh, I know. And so I had to get out. And dog, it is a hurricane. It was the historically the most devastating hurricane we have had. And I'm out. And
I was like, yo, Dylan, go hold this kayak one time while I'm going down the highway.
Yeah, I had to pick up the kayak. I remember it was
sit in the back of the truck.
Sit in the back of the truck, just getting pelted,
and
bro.
just hold on.
Yeah,
and just hope.
Remember that?
Gosh,
that was
dang, dude, I forgot I made you sit in the back.
Bro, it was intense. But
yeah, shout out to Harvey.
Yeah, shout out Harvey. Anyway, back to Evadale. So went there, graduated there, and this is the thing. So I I tore up my meniscus my junior year of high school, which for people who don't know, junior year for athletes is one of the most important years. That's like your
breakout.
That's your.
It could be your breakout. Starting
That's where
varsity.
you're 16, 17. You're starting to hit that. Your body's starting to develop a little bit more, and you're becoming more of an athlete. And I was, super unlucky. I tore my meniscus before the season even started. I played the whole season on it though. I wasn't gonna let it affected me for sure, but I still played the whole season. And after Hurricane Harvey, so I had to do surgery and everything, rehab. After Harvey, moved schools. First day of practice, I was so excited. It was because you remember in school was put back like 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, and so
because it flooded a little bit.
Yeah, I missed.
Or maybe it was just people had evacuated and all that.
And so I those 3 or 4 weeks we were evacuated, and I wasn't training or anything. And first day I moved back to school, get ready, put the pads on and everything. I get sent on a wheel route down the sideline, and pop my hamstring, bro. Bye. Later.
I remember you were dealing with that hamstring
See you later.
for a while.
Yeah, he just wasn't having it. Just wasn't having it. Yeah,
was it your left hamstring?
It was my left hamstring. It just didn't want it anymore.
You had to go like physical therapy and stuff.
I had to go the whole missed 5 games of that season. I ended up just wrapping that thing up, bro. It was I had like a robotic leg. Like I had a wrap, like under the wrap I had all this cream. I had a wrap, and then I had a brace over it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was excruciating. And I also gained a lot of weight from it because those 5 weeks I couldn't do much. It's not like I could run, and yeah, I gained a lot of weight, and so it just really affected my college football future, really. And so I had a few schools that were interested in me, and then I ended up making the decision to actually walk on to Sam Houston. Did my thing there, and
you redshirted.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah. And it didn't even end up. I just still was hurt, bro. I couldn't. I did my therapy and everything, but I was so excited to get ready to play football again that I aggravated it, and you just wasn't able to do much. And it just that on top of, being in a different area, meeting different people, and it was one of the worst times of my life, for sure. And nobody knew. Everyone was like, oh, like all my friends were like, oh, Dylan, we're happy for you. You're doing your thing. Yeah. And I'm just taking that like, yeah, man, appreciate it. In reality, I'm in my room in the dark, reflecting. Yeah. Like, it was tough.
Yeah, at Sam, that's also where we became not friends. We'll take a quick pause. I just want to say,
idiot.
Shout out to our sponsor, Apple. Thank you for sponsoring this episode of Unprofessional. Sending me the brand new iPhone XR and this MacBook Air. Thank you for sponsoring this video. Go to apple.com/unprofessional for 0% off your order.
Apple.
Back to the show.
Okay.
So Sam Houston, and then what happened after football?
So after football, I had to make the decision. When I came back home, I had to make the decision to find something. It was a great opportunity for me to get healthy, because I still had an urge to play, and it just, I kind of just stuck with the first group of people that I, was acquainted with, and I just, wasn't making the right decisions and was, numbing myself, if you will. And it was just a tough time. And then, I slowly, like I said, back to like what I was saying, I slowly started taking control, and, setting my, getting my life back on track, really. And yeah, so, studying at LSCO right now, the thing is, since he's a big dog. Huge.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Please don't ruin the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
But yeah. And then so the thing is I've met with like arena teams. I've met with semi-pro teams, and I don't know how legit they are. But the main thing is I have a bunch of connections to, junior colleges now.
Mm-hmm.
Which would only be my only option, just because of how bad my GPA was at Sam. And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm healthy. I'm in shape. I have coaches that are actually, they like me. They want me. So that's cool. But the thing is this was a great time for me to realize football, wasn't my only way of comfort. You know what I mean? It's something I enjoyed. It's something I like doing. It takes my mind off of things. But I really had to figure out my own anxiety.
Get him off.
He's a mammoth.
Rocket, get off.
He takes up the whole couch.
Rocket, off the couch.
I don't know what I did.
Rocket.
But I apologize
Come here.
for doing it.
He said, nah. Well, man. So,
but yeah.
Speaking of, you last year, 2 years ago, your dog passed away, right?
Yeah, my man's. Yeah.
Man, Tebow,
my guy.
Yeah, I remember that was a rough time.
Yeah, it was right around the hurricane. It was when
I couldn't imagine, dude.
Dog, it was.
I can't imagine, dude.
My best bud. Yeah, he had him for 6 or 7 years. It's that breed, man. It's the boxer breed, bro.
So he was a boxer. He was just a full-bred boxer.
Full-bred beauty.
And he was beautiful. He was
strong.
And,
he was the man.
And so like he.
Yeah, and he was like, it's weird to say now, but now I think about it. But he was my best friend, bro. Mm-hmm. I'd go home.
No, I mean, I think we can go on to this now, but like I think all animal or pet parents can understand. It took me getting him to understand how much love for a single pet or an animal you can have.
Yeah,
where like
it's your guy.
There's times where like I've just been like, nah, I gotta take care of Rocket, when I could easily just put him in a backyard.
Yeah,
I gotta be like, nah, I gotta do this, Rocket, or like. I got to go home early tonight because Rockets hasn't been outside in like an hour or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, leaving him, I went to Colorado, left him for a week. It was super hard.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It sounds so dumb. Like if you don't own a pet, but like if you do, like you can understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah. It's almost like it's your buddy.
He's
bro.
my best friend, but my son
at
the same time. We're like, there's times where we act like we're friends. Like I treat him like my friend, and there's times where I'm his dad, and he's gotta just do his thing. And he went from this little freaking bean of a dog to this 70+ pound beast.
9 months, you said?
He's April to January, around 8 or 9 months.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, Tebow, he was my man. He was the guy I could. Early on in high school.
You're messing up.
Early on in high school, I would just, for real, bro, I'd go home and just lay with him and just feel, perfect and feel all right. I'd talk to him. Obviously, he was like, what is this shape saying to me? What is this thing saying to me?
This amoeba.
Yeah,
what is it speaking to me?
Yeah, but he just, he got sick around the time we were in. So when we evacuated, we went to Nacogdoches, and there was a lot of dogs. Like a lot of people evacuated, there was a lot of dogs in that hotel room, and he started to get real skinny, and we thought it was he might have got worms from stepping on like one of the dogs, like poop and something like that. And it would just, we just was giving him this medicine, and it wasn't really working, and it was just tough, bro. I knew what was going on. I knew he was getting sick. I knew that breed they just get sick, bro. They get sick, early on. And I knew what was going on. And I remember, bro, that was one of no one knew either. No, it's not like I could be like, bro, my dog is going through. A lot of people, it's hard for them to understand. your best friend. You've seen your best friend go through this.
Yeah.
And
Golly,
I had to
man.
make the decision, and I'm happy because I know, the whole time he was here with me, he had the best time,
Mhm.
and that makes me feel a lot better. And I was also, I was with him when we went to the vet and everything, so it was nice. Missed the guy. But then, after that, it also, there's tons of people who, experience a loss of a pet or loss of, a
Yeah.
friend. And it's, back to, what we were saying. You just have to take control of the situation you're in. And that's how you get out of, that mindset where you're, you feel like you're hopeless, you feel empty, you feel like nothing's going to work. But it will.
Well,
Eating me right
I figured I would before we go, I want to kind of play a little fun game because now that if these cameras work, we want to make this more into of a production style like show where we'll do kind of a challenge with the guest or we do some kind of game or whatever. We want to implement this to where you can interact with us, where you could see us. Maybe we go live. We'll start posting on YouTube if this works. So we want to make this more of like a show, and it'd be more fun for everybody than just listening. You can watch it too if you'd like. So I kind of had this idea real quick. It says pick some of your favorite things and we'll guess your gender. So we'll go with, what is your favorite sport?
Favorite sport? Foosball.
Okay.
For sure.
Favorite color, blue, yellow,
Football,
red,
by
or
the way.
green?
Favorite color?
Blue, red, yellow, green.
Favorite color is actually pink,
That's not what I'm asking.
but I'd say probably blue if out of those choices.
Okay. What is your favorite kind of music? Pop, rock, country, or metal?
Hip hop.
Same, but you're gonna have to pick out of those four. Pop, rock, country, metal. Gotta be pop.
Gotta be pop, bro. I like
Rocket,
that Katy
come here.
Perry. Hey, bro.
Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Okay, that'll work. Okay, yeah. Word to Katy Perry. What is your favorite type of clothing? Comfortable, in style, or whatever's clean. You look like comfortable. Just champion shirt and some sweatpants.
Yeah.
Comfortable. Dream vacation. Beach, surrounded by family, adventuring in a foreign country, or Disney World?
Definitely adventuring in a foreign country. That'd be crazy.
Do you know what country?
Yeah, probably like somewhere across. Like you would have to take a plane to go.
Like Australia?
Yeah, somewhere not like Mexico or Canada, but more of so like
Or like
icy
or
type area. Yeah, bro.
Like Alaska?
Yeah, or Russia. You know what I'm saying?
That's rough.
Yeah.
I don't know about there. I don't know if they got the right
I like
government
mountains.
set up over there.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
What is your favorite thing to do in your free time? TV, hang out, workout, sports, or shop?
Workout for sure.
Favorite movie as a kid? Little Mermaid, Hercules, Lion King, or Beauty and the Beast?
I really enjoyed Beauty and the Beast. For sure.
What is your favorite season? Fall, winter, spring, or summer?
Winter for sure.
Favorite type of show to watch? Drama, sports, reality, crime?
I'm a drama guy. Also like sports.
Going with drama. Favorite accessory? Sunglasses, necklace, bracelet, or hat?
Necklace.
Think so? I think so too. Favorite animal? Lion, elephant, dog, cat?
Puppy.
Dog.
For sure.
Favorite app? Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Sports Center?
I'd go Snapchat. I mean, I pretty much only talk to my girlfriend.
What is your favorite device? Phone, computer, TV, tablet? Phone.
Got to.
Favorite meal? Hold on, I'm going to get him over here because I can hear him breathing. Rocket.
I'm playing
Rocket,
with
come
him.
here. Come here. Come now. Come here. Come here.
He knows he's getting yelled at right now.
Come. Lay down.
There it is.
Good boy. Okay. I just want him breathing. I can hear it. Favorite meal? Breakfast, lunch, dinner?
Breakfast.
Favorite style of car? SUV, hatchback, pickup truck, or sedan?
I'm not a car guy. Couldn't tell
You drive a car.
Do.
Truck, bro.
Nah.
Sedan, bro.
Sedan.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Favorite type of food? Italian, Mexican, American, Chinese.
Italian,
Ah,
1,000%.
Now,
1,000%.
I think Mexican food's a tad better because
Can't.
with Mexican food, you can get salsa, you can get guacamole, you can get queso, you can get quesadillas, enchiladas,
Yeah.
burritos, tacos, nachos,
I mean, it
taquitos.
doesn't agree with me, bro. And I just
Oh.
it doesn't agree with me.
Favorite thing to do when you're stressed? Eat, read a book, do something like exercise, hang out with friends. Exercise, right? We
Yeah.
kind of discussed that.
did.
Come on, we're getting close. Favorite beverage? Water, soda, alcohol, lemonade.
Water.
That turned off. I don't know. This one right here. I guess like close to that battery or something. Favorite ice cream flavor? Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, pistachio.
Ooh. Vanilla, easy.
Favorite fruit?
Banana.
Favorite breed of dog? Corgi, Lab. Sorry, guys. Had a quick malfunction technical issue. We were on the outro. We were saying that it is okay to stress
Yeah.
and be anxious about stuff. It happens. Take control of the situation
Yeah.
and kind of make it your own.
Also cry.
It's okay to cry.
It's okay
So-
to cry.
But thank you for
Thank
coming,
you.
Mr. Dylan Caldwell. I appreciate you being a great guest. And thank you guys for listening. Tell everybody you know. Thank you for watching this time. If you're watching, hopefully all this works out for the best. Bang, bang, bang. And we will see you next time on the Unprofessional Podcast. See you guys later.